Mm. Hello, everyone. We are back with the next volume of Backstabbed in a Backwater Dungeon Infinite Gotcha. We are on volume 10 of the manga, which means we are at the beginning of volume 4 of the novels. This is territory that I don't think the anime is getting to. I don't. But we're going to do this anyway because it's on the schedule, and I won't have to worry about doing another one of these for a while after this one because the anime comes out next Friday. It's already 6 days away, and that is crazy. So I'm going to pull up the chat now, but because of what yesterday was, it was a crazy, awesome birthday celebration. I got something else to treat myself with. So while we wait for people to come in, I have a little treat that I forgot to eat yesterday. I saved myself a piece of cake that I had a couple weeks ago for my big party that we were celebrating for me and my brother. I saved a piece of my own cake for yesterday, and I never got the chance to eat it. I was just so busy making those videos, going live with Undertale, and, well, making sure I could get the one and only Rimuru Tempest for that dancing video. And I'm glad I was able to get him to be a special guest, but that was a lot, and I completely forgot I had a piece of cake. So we're gonna have a little fun before I even start reading. I'm just gonna eat some cake. Is that okay with you all? A 1 day late piece of cake? Mm, mm. Now that's a good piece of cake. Mm. I mean, if any of you want to start chatting in the chat, that's perfectly fine, because I'm not going to start until I finish this piece of cake. It makes sense. I mean, if you're here for the stream, then lock in. We're going to be here for 7 chapters. And that's usually pretty fast for me to do 7 chapters. Oh, why not have a section at the beginning where I'm just continuing my celebration from yesterday by eating cake? Mm. 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 That piece of cake was a solid 10 out of 10. I'm going to put my plate down and then we're going to get started because there are people here who do want me to just read the series. So while I get myself ready, you can start putting things in the chat if you want, especially considering I have to use a different translation going forward. The chapter numbers are off by 2. So stupid. Mm. Excuse me. We are now ready to begin this volume's worth of the manga. It's it's 7 chapters, but it's supposed to be 70 to 77, with the numbering being off by 2 chapters because this translation felt the need to redo chapters 68 and 69 as 70 and 71 for no reason. Hi, Lee. Welcome to the stream. If you just came in, I just finished eating a piece of cake. Don't question it. I was just having a final birthday hurrah by having a piece of cake. And also complaining about the current translation I have to use, which is the numbering for it is so wrong. It's off by 2 chapters, and I'm going to have to remember that every time we get through a chapter. This is supposed to be chapter 70, not 72. But here we are. I think this video will be a very good comparison between the original sound and this one. I see. Well, I I keep looking at the settings in OBS and I keep tweaking things, especially with the way the software is with updates and the new computer. If there's a weird distortion between my voice before and now, I don't know what else to say. As long as you can still hear me and understand me, I don't think there's that much of an issue. If you want, you can listen to the differences if you're done with the stream. I mean, I guess. But it's a case of I'm look, if it's a situation I'm not going to be able to fix, then it's out of my control. Like you could argue my situation before was because of me making the best with my situation and circumstances. With if I have new technology here and I input it as much as I could from my old settings, then I can't really expect much of a change. There might be a little bit of a difference, but it's not something I'm going to be able to easily fix. But let's get started with chapter 70 report. Besides, like, can you confirm for me, Lee, quickly, that the last stream I did for this series ended on chapter 69, just to be on the safe side, and that I'm not delusional in thinking that this is all wrong, that this is supposed to be chapter 70? I'm sure people who are watching this after the fact can put in the comments or whatever or in the chat if they have a physical copy of this manga, that it would be chapter 70. And this is why I need the physical copies, because if I can't trust a translation online anymore, then I need the physical copy in my hand. Unfortunately, I wish I could have done that yesterday for my birthday, but none of the bookstores I go to seem to carry this series, meaning it would be an online purchase. And that means the soonest I'd be able to get any of the volumes past 6 would be maybe this week. And it's a matter of I would have to keep buying in order. I would need 7 and I would need 8 and I would need 9. But this might be a case where I just buy number 10 just to have it for the sake of necessity. True, but it will be fun to hear the differences though. Sure. But I need someone to confirm to me. Like this is a problem. And this isn't even this like a single website's issue. Plenty of places I've checked for translations seem to always want to put this thing at 72. It's supposed to be 70. Ugh. I don't believe this. Why would a translation suddenly go, yeah, we feel the need to redo 2 chapters, but don't delete the scans of the previous translation to move the chapters where they're supposed to be. So we're just going to take up 70 and 71. Sure, like that makes any sense. But whatever. Chapter 70. Report. Lights. Oh, this is why the translation changed. Because it went from Lord Light to Light Sama. Oh, brother. Looks like I'm gonna have to correct myself for this. Clearly, we had a translation before where they said Lord Light. But now the translation is saying the Japanese thing of saying Light Sama. I'm not saying that. We had 69 chapters of saying Lord Light. You really think I'm gonna change right now? It's ridiculous. Why did the translation have to change? This is a literal translation. Here we go. Regardless, I do want to go through these chapters because these are fun, but all these weird issues just keep making this not fun. But okay, let's keep going because I know for some people this is important. So I respect anyone who's watching this, whether it be live or after the fact. Lord Light, the temporary seal of divine burial Gungnir has completed. Ellie will proceed with the closing of the underworld next. Ellie, having you do this right after must be troublesome, but I'm counting on you. Please leave it to me, Lord Light. I mean, I know to say the right way of saying it. I know that's the way you say it in Japanese, but doesn't anyone else feel it sounds awkward when you use a Japanese honorific in a English sentence? It's almost like Fuko in Undead Unluck. And if you know the arc I'm referring to when it comes to English and Japanese, there's a specific moment in a certain arc, because I don't want to give it away for anime onlys. If you know Undead Unluck, then you know what I'm talking about when it comes to Fuko and speaking Japanese and English. So I won't go there. So then we have Ellie here closing the underworld a few days later in the abyss. After Sion was safely captured, she has been taken to the abyss's deepest floor. After being ejected from Hell's Gate, she's currently with Garu and Sasha, where she belongs. Experiencing the suffering that suits them based on the great sin they caused. In regards to the laboratory dungeon after closing the underworld, the distorted space was restored after a few days, and the incident has become an achievement for the adventurer that Lord Light is acting as, Dark. Yep. Oh, now it makes sense. Volume 10 will be released in English on Christmas. I'm talking about the manga. No, is it? I guess it is. Maybe that's why the translation changed. There were no like actual scans, really? I see. I mean, okay. Then that throws that idea out the window for the next couple of days and weeks. Not that it's going to matter because the next volume of the novel comes out in like a week or two. The anime starts in 6 days. I'll have plenty of content to cover for this, regardless of getting the physical copy of the manga or not. So, all right, that puts that issue to bed. But that doesn't explain why a translation would decide, yeah, let's redo 2 chapters and then make them take up chapter slots. Because you're ruining the number system. It is straight up just ruining the numbering system. God, whatever. Although we weren't able to immediately convince them of the dungeon's destruction, I'm glad that our report regarding the distorted space being eventually restored acted as the decisive blow. Yudha and the rest of the Sword of Solitude never returned from the dungeon, and that Shion wasn't in the rescue, and that Sion wasn't in the rescue were declared dead in the depths of the dungeon. Their bodies were thought to be consumed by the monsters. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about why you cannot find it in the bookstore. Well, no, no, no. It's not. It's not even that. I couldn't find any of the releasing volumes. Like, I'm at number 6 of the manga. None of my bookstores even have those that I already have, or number 7, or 8, or 9. My bookstores just don't have them at all. Like, they don't carry this entire series, which is crazy that I could only get these online. I think the only Barnes& and Noble I saw this series at was the one near my college, and they only had the first volume, which I already had. So I don't know. Maybe when the anime releases at the end of the next week, bookstores will start carrying more copies of it because there'll be a demand for it, which that'll be the funniest way it gets on shelves faster. When in fact they were transported to the lowest floor of the abyss, and after reading through their memories the abduction and murder of humans by Yud and the others, it had been decided that they would be sentenced to atone for their acts of atrocity. The information of what Yud said in the dungeon about the Master, and talks regarding the recently appeared human kingdom in regards to that. What do you mean recently appeared human kingdom? The human kingdom has always been there. What? This translation is so messed up. You're using different names from before. And what does this mean? Talks regarding the recently appeared human kingdom. Huh? This doesn't sound right. This doesn't make sense. Should I just cancel this stream right here? This sounds ridiculous. This translation is not helping. According to what we confirm from their memories, in the human kingdom up north, there exists incredible individuals, irregardless of their human appeared, regardless of their human appearance. See, I can't even get through a single text box. That translation is awful. And yet it's the only one I'm stuck with. Say what you will about physical manga translations and certain companies trying to be high and mighty with their censoring in translation and stuff. Sometimes having a well thought out translation that makes sense in regards to its context is better than a fan translation that can't even make a coherent sentence. I'm sorry if you're watching this well after the point that this volume is released and you're like, what is the issue? This is releasing at a point in time where apparently there is no better translation. Were the rumors we obtained from them? Yes, yes. Although they were rumors, my hometown was in the northern human country. If these rumors are true, could it be that that it was this master that destroyed it? If the master was a human, then I don't get why they destroy a village of their own kind. Why is that? My apologies. Because of the lack of information, I cannot even give a clear answer. Sorry, Ellie. The lack of information is not your fault. I'm not blaming you, Ellie. It's a shame that there's not a lot of information regarding the Master, but we've obtained other intriguing information from Yud and the others. Indeed, it appears that they were using the position of an A rank adventurer, obtaining secret intel from other countries and giving to their country. Sort of like a spy. And the figure that receives information from Yud, the top brass of the Dark Elf Islands, a representative of the eastern tribes, Gygus, appears to have information about the Master. See how I had to reword this entire thing here? The top brass of the Dark Elf Islands. It's not considered a kingdom, it's just a collective of islands. Ugh. I swear, I read a translation in the past that called the Elven Queendom a kingdom. And I was like, excuse me? It's a freaking queendom. The queen is the one with the power in the Elven Queendom, not a kingdom. I. Mm, where were we? Oh, hang on, we are over here, yes. Here's the information about the Master. Since the Queen of the Elven Queendom, okay, well, they got the translation right here, also has information, it wouldn't be weird to think that the top brass of the Dark Elves would know something. It wouldn't be weird. And so, like Yud, that conducts spy work in other countries, I'll approach the brass of the Dark Elf Islands as the Witch of the Giant Tower and extract information regarding the Master. Of course, this isn't going to happen for a little while because of an upcoming interruption. As expected of Ellie, so reliable. Whether it be this incident or even acting as the Witch of the Tower, you're always multitasking. For Ellie, who's always working hard, I want to do something for you as thanks. As as thanks? Our happiness is to only serve as your arms and legs, Lord Light. There is no greater happiness than that in this world. So please pay no mind to such thoughts. Ha- However, if you still wish to reward me as thanks, then to renew my loyalty and oath to you, may may I kiss the top of your foot? Okay, it's the thing that like a majority of Light's subordinates want to do. They want to kiss his foot because apparently you would have to fact check that for medieval times if that was truly a sign of loyalty. But thanks to the translation that I'm reading now, we apparently can have panels with color in them. Don't know why. You're not going to get the colored panels on a physical copy. That's how you know it's a different translation. Ugh. The trade off for having terrible translated dialogue. You get some panels with color. Here, have fun. I don't even know what to say anymore. Lord Light, please excuse me. May, you've interrupted me while I'm reporting again. Are you trying to harass me? Ellie, that's not the case. Although I've interrupted before this, there's something important I must report. May, I have excused you last time since it was an important report regarding Shion's life or death situation. But there's no way in heavens you can have these many important news to interrupt us every time. Okay, trust me, this is the last time they pull this trick, okay? Like the series itself even acknowledges it, like right here, how many times can you do this? This is the last time, but it's like just as important. Isn't the intel on this master the priority above everything for Lord Light right now? Is what you have to say is really so much more important than that. I'll eat everything I've said just now and additionally obey whatever one command you'll have for me. But in the case that whatever you're about to say is insignificant, Light's sister! There were eyewitnesses of Lady Yume. What? Yes, that's right. Light finally found his little sister. Well, someone witnessed his sister. I'd classify that as major news. Okay, good on you, May, for getting the news to light pretty fast. That was a big deal thing. Well, Ellie, you just said you would eat your words and obey one thing that May wants you to, so you better be ready to pay up that debt. You May has been found? Ellie, I'm really sorry, but the Dark Elves can continue later. May, tell me everything you know. Lady Yume is located in the royal palace in the human kingdom. It seems like she is living as an apprentice maid. Human? Apprentice maid. How could they make Light Lord Light's sister work as a maid? Ignorance has ignorance also has no this stupid translation. Because I keep wanting to ad lib this. How could they make Lord Light's sister work as a maid? Ignorance also has its limits. No matter what sort of people they are, they must atone for their sins. Ellie, the report isn't done. Shut up. Please forgive me, Lord Light. May, give me more details. I understand. The first Princess Lilith of the human kingdom found Lady Yume fainted while traveling by her carriage to the capital. She used recovery potions to heal her wounds. Thanks to that blessing, Lady Yume's life was saved. The princess also likes to feed the poor. She loves to share and has a strong sense of justice. She is also called the Saint of Humanity. And she's kind of a big deal. She also employed Lady Yume as an apprentice maid, under the pretext of saving her life. I'm also wondering whether she had any other intentions than that. I mean, she's a human, and she clearly is doing good things. I would probably take a chance with this light. Is that child really Yume? They do have really similar characteristics. She was able to escape the massacre that happened in the village? How in the world did she get there? The distance from the capital of the human kingdom to the village. From my village, it takes a few months by horse cart. Please forgive me. I don't know anything regarding that. What about elder brother? Because I'm not about to say that. I am not about to say that when it's a clear English translation. Is he not with Yume? There is no additional information about that. It seems like there's only info on Lady Yume. I was so sure the elder brother escaped with Yume. I thought they must have been together. Were they separated? No. What the hell happened? Instead of sitting here thinking, the most important thing is I could meet Yume and maybe get the full story. Thank you for the report, May. I am glad to hear Yume is safe. I'll send people to protect her in the shadows. To ensure her safety, we must bring Yume into the abyss immediately. If that's the case, let me do it! Lady Ellie has the task of maintaining the tower and the humans around it. It could be a disaster if you were away from the elf kingdom. I'm wondering if that's a translation error or if May is just mocking the queendom by calling it the elf kingdom. I'm willing to overlook that if that was on purpose and it was being sarcastic. Because that should say the elven queendom. But the way May is delivering it, I think it's sarcasm. But it's also maybe just the translation. You can never be sure, can you? Please allow me to go, Lord Light. Even if we use teleportation, it'd be a bad idea to add anything more for Ellie. Then I'll leave it to you. My sister, I'll leave Yume to you. I, as the maid of Lord Light, will definitely bring her back to you. The only problem is how to bring Yume back home. They gave her potions and work to protect her, so it wouldn't feel good to just invade them and forcibly bring her back. True, especially because they're humans. You would have no reason to forcibly invade a human country. If I go to the human kingdom with the elf queen, then ask them to visit the giant tower, how about it? If the first princess who loves helping others like that was asked to visit the tower through the elf queen, she definitely would not refuse. And get Yume accompanying her. I see. You can also thank and welcome them. Good job, Ellie. It's a great plan. Can you work on it right now? I gotta love the random color panels because you're not helping with translation. Of course! I will immediately command the Elf Queen and work with this plan. If so, we just need to confirm the matter about Yume immediately. Let's set up a plan to bring her to the Abyss. Yes. Because this is a live report from May, it's likely she is Yume. But I also have to be ready if she is a different person. Yume. I thought I lost everything that day. I finally have a chance to get them back. We still don't know where elder brother is, but we'll find him for sure. Whew, about that, Light. I am at the newest light novel, and we're only just now figuring out where your elder brother is. And, it's a combination of good and bad for that situation. But we only have to wait, like, what, 9 more days for the novel to release? And you know I'm going to be all over that volume as soon as it releases. And I'm going to struggle so much with trying to keep spoilers to myself on volume 11. Like, you wouldn't believe. Ooh. Considering the anime will be releasing at the same time, I don't even know. It doesn't matter who it is. I will definitely save Elder Brother and Yume. 3 years ago on that day, after moving to the deepest floor of the abyss, I constantly collected power to fight. Now is the time I use all of that power. On that day, when I was about to be killed, since that day I swore for vengeance. We've started building our kingdom with just the two of us. It's time to use all my power that I've collected since that time. 3 years ago, in the deepest layer of the abyss. Hmm. Wait, what? Oh, great. You guys suck. You guys suck. Not only do you have a terrible translation, but you ruined the chapter numbers. Thanks. Chapter 71. I'm wondering if. I'm genuinely wondering if this is still going to have the ends of the volume with the cover and the artwork that's at the end of these manga volumes. Will this translation keep those? It's one of my indicators to see if I'm at the end of the stream or not. Because I don't even know. So now we're starting the flashback arc. But it's not necessarily a flashback if you read these chapters right after the beginning. Because you can technically read this chunk right after like chapter 3 and it would still make sense because it's Light's progression from level 15 to 9,999. If you really wanted to, for a reread, you can do that. Because, yes, from this perspective, it's basically a flashback to when he first started getting stronger. It's warm and soft. I want to sleep like this forever. Eh? Did my pillow always smell this good? The comfort of the futon. Is this the bed at the gathering of the race's base? No. I am. Good morning, Lord Light. It's dangerous to move right after waking up. May? Yes, I am my master's maid, May. That's right. This is the Abyss. I, a member of the Gathering of the Tribes, got transferred to the bottom of the Abyss. Then I was saved by May and swore revenge. Then to make my kingdom, I used unlimited gotcha. And fell asleep passing out from exhaustion. Ah! I I was betrayed. Lord Light! They picked me up when I was poor. They taught me so many things. The days we spent laughing together. It was all a lie. Ah! Ah! I trusted them, and they deceived me and almost killed me. Ah! Ah! I know it's hard for you to be betrayed by the people you trusted, but it's all right. I am here for you, Lord Light. Even if the goddess becomes your enemy, I will stay by your side. I mean, I'll give them credit. These are very cool colored panels, but they feel so random. Like you're making me want the whole story in color, which will basically be the anime. May, thank you, May. Sorry, I showed you a weird side of me. I've calmed down now. There is nothing weird about it. Rather, you have shown me a precious side of you, Lord Light. As your maid, I'm very happy to see it. Uh, Lord Light, let's eat first, is what I would like to say. As a maid, I feel so ashamed of myself, but is it possible to get ingredients and seasonings from Lord Light's Unlimited Gotcha? It's possible. I mean, it's an unlimited gotcha for a reason. I'm sure you could get food out of it. Which, the funny thing is, they do get certain food out of it later, just for managing the abyss. We could use the monster's meat as food, but to put the meat of such a dreadful creature into Lord Light's mouth is just. There was moldy bread and such on the ground, so I'm sure we'll be okay. Aw. He still doesn't fully understand that he has a better way to do this. For now, I'm gonna activate my unlimited gotcha continuously to get us some food. Thank you very much. Let's level up as soon as we finish eating. Level up? First, let's aim for level 1000 to avoid instant death. Huh? Yum, 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 yum. Delicious. I've never had bread like this before. To think you could make this, and everything else is so good. I am happy that it suits your taste. Strong, clever, and a good cook. May is really amazing. Well then, let us get started. The magic string that I spin is a thread created with magical power. Therefore, the shape, material, strength, etc. can be changed at will by magical manipulation. So that's what you used to make the carpet and the bed I slept on? Yes. Inside those white cocoons are captured monsters that attacked us. Lord Light, please throw a stone at it from a distance. Oh, because of the party system. Are you sure? If I use unlimited gotcha, a stronger weapon than a stone would come out. Of course it would. But you are still only level 15, Lord Light. Even if I'm by your side, I don't want you to be careless, and I don't want anything to happen to you. This may seem overprotective, but please forgive me. I'd probably die from the aftermath of an attack by a monster whose level is over 1000. Let alone the aftermath, I would probably die from the attack alone. Considering that, it's only natural to be overly cautious about safety. Thanks for worrying about my safety. I'll throw a stone from farther away as you suggested. Thank you for your generous response. Then let's start with the nearest cocoon. Okay. The first monster is the same kind as the monster that attacked you here. Snake Hellhound, a level 1000 monster. Here you go, Lord Light. It's hard to throw. Lord Light? Inside the cocoon is a monster that attacked you. Come on. Inside that cocoon is a monster that attacked you when you were sleeping. No need to be hesitant or merciful. Yeah, you're right. Of course, the damage would be zero, but the important thing is the fact that I've attacked the monster. I don't know how it works, but the experience points that the monsters bring are distributed according to the person's combat. So even healers and scouts in the rear guard can gain experience. This method is called carrying. Yeah, we're gonna carry the squad, boys. Attacking with small attacks from the side of another adventurer party to get a little extra experience is considered to be taboo. I've dealt no damage, but I was able to get its attention. Hey, yo! We got Asta in the house, everybody. Let's freaking go! Hello, Asta. Way to make your appearance known again, boy. Ah, hi, my favorite YouTuber. Yes, let's go. Yes, sir. Kind of unfortunate, Asta, that you missed yesterday's birthday celebration for me with the live stream with Undertale, but here you are now, so this is still like me celebrating my birthday. It's only been a single day. And I will continue to treat myself for at least a couple more days before it wears off. Mm. I mean, you came to the perfect stream. You are on this volume of Backstabbed in a Backwater Dungeon, which is basically a flashback to right after he got May in the first volume. Like, this is all like the training and stuff that he did to get to his level 9999. So you coming to this stream was actually pretty beneficial because even if you missed all of the previous ones, this is basically following after the beginning of the series. Yes, happy birthday. Thank you, man. Thank you. Hope it was all great. It was. All of yesterday was great except for GameStop not having the legendary Pokemon code. That distribution was so dumb. And that really put like a sour mood on the rest of my day, but I made do. I made videos, I made a live stream with Undertale, so it was fine. But that kinda gave me a sour mood. That distribution was just entirely shit. Did you end up getting it? No, I didn't. My only GameStop near me didn't have it, and the next closest one was Hartford, and I wasn't about to drive all the way to Hartford in the event they didn't have it either. And it was already getting up pretty late, and I had other things I wanted to do for yesterday, so I just gave up and went home. So that was unfortunate. I dealt no damage, but I was able to get its attention. I guess May is trying to help me using this method. Then I'll finish it off. Cool. She defeated that level 1000 monster in an instant. Lord Light, has your level gone up yet? Huh? Oh, I'll check. Level 70. I got 55 levels in one go. This is amazing, May. I can't believe how many levels I got. Congratulations. But we're just getting started. Let's keep going. Chapter 72. Leveling up. When I'm not sleeping, all I'm doing is throwing rocks. Did that deal damage? Yes, it was only a little, but it did. It's not much, but I'm slowly getting stronger. But I need more. More. Status is everything in order to survive. Even if May has a high level, I'll still die if I take even a single hit. I don't want to be a burden to her. It's not about just her saving me that time, but I can't make any more trouble for her. You are almost ready to have a battle. I will support you, so let us earn more experience. This might be a cheesy way to level up, but I have to become stronger. Whoa! Level 1000? I can't believe I'm at the same level as the top dragon newts, demons, elves, and dark elves. I reached level 1000. A human, like me. Level 1000. This much is nothing for you, Lord Light. It is nothing but your talent. In fact, I think we can do a little bit more. Sorry, though I'm sorry that I can't find any stronger monsters. No, May, a human's highest was 100, so there's no way I can go past that. Huh? Why can't I surpass the limits of a human? Limits? Oh, this is a part of the story that gives like a big revelation to this entire leveling system. If anyone needs an explanation about the supposed level cap and going beyond supposed limits, this is kind of important. What May is about to say is so crucial to the world building and lore of this series that it turns everything on its head. It's that crazy of a twist. It's just something I heard from the guild, but there's a limit to how much every single person can level up. Humans are around 100, beastmen are 200 to 300, dwarves and ghouls are 500 to 700? You mean demons? No, demons are right here. What? Ghouls? That's a weird translation thing. What do they mean by ghouls? Like, aren't there centaurs in this world too? What? Ghouls? What? Interesting. Demons are 300 to 1,000, and elves and dragon newts are 1,000, is what they're saying. So how am I level 1,000? I don't know about the other races, but does Lord Light, do humans really have this limit to them? Maybe the reason a human can't go past 100 is because the EXP required has simply skyrocketed. That could possibly be why the pace you're leveling up at is a bit slower than I thought. Additionally, maybe the same conditions are attached to the other races as well. There might not even be a limit at all, but this is all just a guess. I see. Since I'm literally level 1,000, your theory might be true. That was the revelation, people. There may not be a level cap at all. It's just that the experience curve got really high for certain races, to a point where it would seem impossible to go beyond it, unless you have magic or superficial means. Like the two elven serial killers from the beginning of the story who were doing crazy things to try to get higher levels. All over a supposed myth. If that's the case, the monsters in this dungeon might not be enough. In order for Lord Light to level up, May, just so you know, this is the world's hardest and largest dungeon, the Abyss. She said it isn't enough? Then, Lord Light, we shall put a halt on leveling up for now. We've only been getting small naps and leveling up all the time. Let's rest to our fullest now. Right, let's do that. Since we're covered in sweat and dirt, shall we take a bath before our meal? A bath? The thing that the nobles and royalties use? A tub filled with hot water? Yes, a bath. It's comfortable and soothing. May, that's impossible. We need a huge amount of water to make a bath, and we need a big box enough to fit a person. It was already difficult on the surface to make one, let alone in the dungeon. Don't worry, it's not impossible. And she did it. Whoa, May! You made one in no time! The water is actually hot! The tub is made with my magical threads. It can heat up and warm the bath with magic. Huh? Now then, please enter the bath. Let's wash our bodies before we enter. Allow me to assist you, Lord Light. Well, that was a quick change. But then again, her clothes are, the same magic threads that she uses for creating other things, so it wouldn't be too out of the realm of possibility to just, quick change. Mm. She just basically snapped her fingers and went, there we go. Whoa, wait a second. Are you going in with me? Yes, of course. Lord Light, a maid washes her master's body and must enter the bath with him. So entering the bath with Lord Light is an obvious course of action as a maid. I'll just say this right now. May and Light both find this to be nice and soothing once they do it. And once Light learns more about the customs of maids and royalty and nobility later on, he starts to feel embarrassed about these memories. So he requests to May that he washes himself in the future. She's only getting away with it now because he doesn't know any better, which is fair. He is a kid from a village of humans, and he was a farm boy. He was the child of farmers. So, of course, he wouldn't know any of this. As water from higher spots flow to the lower ones, and like the birds that fly in the sky, all of this is natural. This is nothing to be embarrassed about. This is something a maid always does. I know nothing of the privileges of having a maid, so if May says so, then it must be true. And once again, he doesn't realize what this all means until later when he does have access to that information. So, for Light 3 years ago, this was him at his most oblivious. If you say so, then maybe. Yes, I swear upon my path as a maid. Now then, May, I can at least take off my own clothes. No, this is also the duty of a maid. I must serve you in every single way. Uh, as it is your first time entering a bath, allow me to explain what you should do. Please sit here, as this place has a low temperature. In order to prevent a cold, allow me to keep you warm with my body. First comes the hot water. Pour it in a large volume to wash away all the dirt. May's skin is so soft. Hot, but it feels good. Close your eyes, and one more pour. Hmm? Splendid job. How cute. Huh? Nothing. Now we will start by washing the dirt off your body and hair. I'm glad your unlimited gotcha was able to summon shampoo and soap. Yes. Yes, it does. We'll start by washing your hair. Please rest your head here. It hurt to get soap in your eyes, so please close them. Oh, okay. Please tell me if there's any spot that feels itchy. Okay, thanks. This feels really good. That was great. Shampoo is amazing. Next, your body. May, I can at least wash myself. Why does it say yourself? I can at least wash myself. Damn you, stupid translation. No, this is also a duty of a maid. Now please raise your hand. Amazing. Ugh, this is embarrassing. All right, we're all set. Let's enter the bathtub. Let's soak up to our shoulders and count to 100. May, are we supposed to enter the bathtubs like this? But of course. I can not only feel the warmth of the bath, but I can feel May's as well. It's embarrassing, but calming too. I also feel relieved when I'm hugging you. The person I'm trying to protect is right here. It shows that I'm doing everything I can to keep you safe. Everything is for your sake. The reason I'm breathing is right here. My life is all yours, Lord Light. Let us have our meal when we're done with the bath. In order to maintain our health and prevent any sickness, we should enter the bath together every day. Okay, I got it. Let's go in together. May clenched her fist for the first time. I can't tell, but maybe she sensed a monster and was getting into a stance. I can't really think thanks to the heat and embarrassment. And so, every day for a month, we entered the bath together. And a month later, I reached level 4,000. Woo! Look at this panel. In the span of 1 month, he went to level 4,000. Look at this. This is awesome. Chapter 73 Orochi. The monsters in the deepest level of Abyss is around 1,000 to 4,000, just as May feared. My level has pretty much grinded to a halt. The saving grace is that thanks to Lord Light's gift, Unlimited Gotcha, weapons and supplies can be maintained at its highest quality. I never thought that I'd have a better living conditions here compared to the surface. From here on, how will we handle leveling up? I wanted to go until 9,999, but at this rate, it's looking impossible. I have a suggestion. Using Unlimited Gotcha, a being with sentience can be summoned in the form of cards. Summoning those that are high leveled, and if Lord Light ever so wishes to level up, those that were summoned like me can become substance for your growth. We would gladly give May! Are you telling me to do the same thing as the gathering of the tribes did? Telling me, the betrayed, to betray others? My apologies! I misspoke. Please forgive my imprudence. May, please never say such things like sacrificing your comrades. If you're no longer by my side, I could never hold on. Yes, no matter what happens, I will continue to stay by your side. All for you, my beloved Lord Light. Please let me stay by your side, always. Thank you, May. On May's suggestion, I will definitely not do anything like sacrificing my own comrades. But you are right about leveling up. That's why I think it's time we should defeat that thing. The monster in the deepest part of the abyss, then? Yep. The guardian monster of the abyss. Let's defeat it. It protects the dungeon core. The dungeon's guardian monster is above level 5,000. If it's May, then you're not going to lose, right? Yes. The moment we enter the room, I can turn it into pieces using magical thread. Anyways, for the sake of combat training, I'll fight it by myself at the start. If you see it when you enter, don't turn it into pieces, okay? Understood. However, if Lord Light is in danger, I will have to intervene. Please don't push yourself too much. I got it. Jeez. You're too protective, May. It is a maid's duty to protect their master. That much is obvious. Here they go. That is the strongest being that reigns over the abyss. The dungeon's guardian monster. Orochi, level 5,000. It has high physical and magical defense capabilities. Each of the 7 heads have their own combat capabilities. High regeneration capability and the ability to summon minions. As expected, it's 1,000 levels above mine. A one-on-one in normal circumstances would mean my defeat without being able to do a thing. But... Rawr! He started attacking with its high-speed, molten attacks. What a coward. If it's a monster, after all, it only knows nothing but cowardice. My phantasm grade spear, Ergon, raises its user's speed, so that's how I dodge that. There's a huge level gap, but with my spear and my unlimited gotcha, I have all the things I need to beat it. Payback time, Orochi. Release! Double SR, Grand Explosion! There's another card for you. And I'm guessing the soap and shampoo were normal cards. Roar! No damage. That should have been a tactics grade magic, but the Orochi still tanked it like it was nothing. Not only was it unharmed, it even got ready for a counterattack instantly. Nothing will be left on me if I get hit by that. Light, Lord Light! I think I should try helping you. That was just the opening, so this is nothing. Don't move from there. As her master, I can't afford to give up this quickly. For my revenge against the gathering of the tribes, and for figuring out the truth, I won't be able to do anything if I can't even beat this thing. Argon! Show me your power! Roar! All right. I can fight a level 5,000 thanks to my equipments. With this, I can end it even without May's help. And it regenerated. It's like the Hydra. It regenerated its head in a second? The flesh that I blew off from the Orochi are turning into bug monsters. So these are the summons May was talking about. Lord Light, maybe I should. Like I said, don't you dare move. The fight has just begun. Double SR Blue Rose. Release! I gotta admit, this is a cool panel in full color. But if you're going to give me full color, give me proper translations, please. Okay, hi Lee, you're back. You didn't miss much. It's still just Light leveling up in the dungeon, and currently taking on the Guardian of the Abyss, who's a level 5,000. Light at this point in the story is level 4,000. So this is him on his path to getting stronger. And these chapters are still such a pain because of the translation problems. And the numbering doesn't help. This is supposed to be chapter 74. Crap. Alright. This should be enough to deal with those worms. Roar! Roar! Grand Explosion didn't work on the Orochi, so of course Blue Rose wouldn't as well. 3 heads are looking at me. The other 4 are wary of May, which is literally just standing there. The reason I'm able to fight with this level 1000 gap is simply because May is more dangerous to them, which is why I can't afford any more help from her. I have to defeat it myself. But how? It can regrow its head in a second. My half-ass attack will only spawn more of those bugs. Before it heals, before there's more, I'll kill it in one go. Release! Triple SR Whirlwind Dance! Cut it open! It's working! I'll just roast you inside out! Release! Triple SR Thunder! Lay upon retribution on any single one of them. Every single one of them. Triple SR Thunder, Triple SR Whirlwind Dance. I would hope people are keeping track of this at home, if they want to keep track of every card Light uses. That was loud. I guess it isn't something to use inside a dungeon. It's powerful, but I'll have to think before using it. No way! It isn't dead even in that state? Growl. Even the charcoaled flesh turns into worms? And the Orochi regrows? Yeah, this might be a problem. Rawr! Rawr! There are more heads now? Argon! Blades of wind and thunder. It learns whatever it was attacked with. That's too troublesome. Release! Double SR Blue Rose! It didn't work. Release! Ice Prison! Why? Lord Light. It seems like those worms have acquired resistance towards fire, wind, and lightning. The Orochi seems to be capable of giving resistance to its summons. So everything grows stronger if I kill it in one hit. At this rate, I could even lose to these worms. I'll have to beat it without letting it regenerate and summon. If only I can shatter it to pieces like May. But the me now can't do that. I don't have an attack that can kill it instantly. What should I do against enemies with summons and could regenerate? I guess it'd be pointless. I'll change my approach. Regen and summon. I got it! Lord Light! Should I intervene now? How dare those worms? Who do they think they're pointing their fangs at? Right? It's okay, May. I know how to defeat it now. Trust me, don't lift a finger no matter what. Lord Light, I understand. Ergon, unleash your strength and form a wind barrier. Release! Grand explosion! And he just unleashes a bunch of shards of ice. It seems like shattered ice with high speed still works. You took a bit of a hit there. Release! SR crushing bombs! I guess physical attacks still work on you. Release! Steel spikes! More, more, more! All the cards I have. I'll use all of them and hit it as hard as I can. Uh, uh, grr. Oh, this number should be enough. You might think you've had me cornered, but you're wrong. In a situation where I'm outnumbered, this card shines the brightest. If I can't win against your abilities, then I'll just have to use it. The only UR magical card I got from the Unlimited Gotcha. It looks like you sensed how dangerous it is, but too late. Roar! Release. You are Venom. Yo. You are Venom. It devours away whatever it sticks onto. It's not a poison attack, therefore it cannot be cleansed. The more enemies, the faster it grows to eat them all. Which means it grows as much as you can. It'll keep on growing just to defeat you. Your regen and your summons enhance my venom until it fully consumes you. Orochi, I hold no grudge against you, but in order to exact my revenge, just rot and wither. I think that the anime will show us a little bit of Light's training and maybe save the majority for season 2 if it gets a season 2. It's possible. They could, but in the manga and the novels, all of this training was at volume 4 and this volume of the manga. I'm not entirely sure if the anime is going to want to push this all the way to the front. I mean, I could see why a storyboard director would think that this would be logical. You put this right after he gets May because it makes sense. Not later on because you forgot to do it and you wanted to be able to more carefully map out his progression. So it's a possibility. But I'm not betting on it or anything. But if it does show it, then I will absolutely make a point to notice that. Oh my gosh. We have another translation? Are you serious? Looks like the translation changed again, but where's the chapter number? Okay. We went from one translation to another one. That's lovely. I was dunking on the previous translators for their weird sense of numbers. So what did I call the last chapter? 74? Because this doesn't even have a number. What am I supposed to say here? Chapter 75? There's no title for the chapter. Okay. I guess I just call it chapter 75 then. Orochi cut his own flesh in an attempt to stop the venom from growing. However, that summon that spawned from its cut flesh keeps generating the venom, hence creating a vicious cycle. In the end, it's finally lost the strength to even raise its voice and fall to the ground. It is what it is, I guess. It's surprising that it's now the third different translation. Ergon, show your power! I defeated Orochi and became level 4200. The ground is covered with the venom's mold. I should clean this with a card. All in an instant, as expected of a maid like May. Lord Light, I believe I told you to not be reckless. It's not like I'm being reckless at all. I'm confident to win thanks to the cards I got from Unlimited Gacha. Well then, now that we've finally defeated the boss monster of the Abyss, let's go inside. So this is a dungeon core. It's bigger than I expected. I too imagined that it would be a bit smaller. It glows faintly, but it doesn't feel warm or cold. Lord Light, it's okay, I won't break it, because it's necessary for my goal. There's no other place other than the bottom of the abyss that is compatible with my gift Unlimited Gacha. I can't afford to destroy it as we don't have any combat capabilities at the moment. I must create a country in this abyss to fight against the other countries on the surface. That's right. He's not about to lose his greatest asset now. To do that, I need to use my Unlimited Gacha. The probability of pulling higher rarity raise accordingly to the concentration of mana in the location. Anime give us 24 episodes at least. I know, please. Please just give me so many episodes. The location where mana is the most concentrated is the bottom of the abyss. I need to pull several more beings like Mei in here. That's why I can't destroy the dungeon core which serves as the mana source. But that doesn't mean we can leave it as it is. As long as the dungeon core exists, the monsters will continue to spawn. It'll be impossible to create a country in this condition. If we destroy the dungeon core, the abyss will lose its function as a dungeon. The monsters will stop spawning, teleportation functions and traps will be available. However, our source of mana will also disappear, making it meaningless. I need to find a way to control the dungeon core if I want to create my country in the bottom of the abyss. Even I, who is confident of doing anything, is unable to analyze and control the dungeon core. However, if Lord Light is able to pull a level 9,999 magic specialist, or someone that could analyze the dungeon core, it'll be possible for us to use it. You're right, let's leave controlling the dungeon core to our future allies that we already know about. Also, let's move our resting place here. If they will do that, I have a feeling they will restructure the story a bit for a better anime adaptation than a one-to-one adaptation. As long as they have enough episodes and they don't rush anything, then that is totally possible. Meaning they could move the entirety of this to before he even fights Garo? But that doesn't whoa, wait a minute. What if the first episode is an hour long? Like Oshinoko season 1. I'd totally be down for a first episode be a full movie, a full hour, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Otherwise, the early premiere wouldn't be 3 episodes combined. It would be just the first one as a movie, but it's not, so it's wishful thinking. But yeah, let's move our resting place here. There's no monsters that spawn near the core after all. That's right. If it's here, I can start Lord Light's education on various academic subjects calmly. What is the connection between my studies and this place? We never knew when monsters would show up before, thus proving it difficult for you to concentrate. However, now that we're in the dungeon core room where no monster will spawn, we need to start on Lord Light's education for the future. I am maybe not smart like May, but I've also been studying for quite a bit. Thanks to that, now I can write my own name properly. That's right. Light was just a simple farm boy. He doesn't have much knowledge and education on most things at all. I'm not being tricked with the changes when I'm shopping in town. Lord Light, I understand your feelings. However, I'm asking you to put your trust in me. It'll be necessary to exact your revenge and find the truth in the future. I won't make you regret this, so please. Well, I'm not good behind the desk, but if May says so, then I'll try to study. Pl- please teach me gently. Of course, with my oath as a maid on the line. We'll be studying properly, just the two of us. After that, we moved to the dungeon core room and started my studies with May. 2 months later, I pulled my first SUR other than May. SUR Genius Monster Tamer Aoyuki. Level 9999. Release! Phew, boom. Aoyuki! She feels a little small in this page. Unless she was always that small. Mhm. Meow, meow, meow. Nice to meet you, Aoyuki. It'll be tough, but lend us your power. Nya, nya. I'll be straight. Can you analyze this dungeon core? Yeah. I see. I thought a dungeon core that spawns monsters still count the same as monsters. So I thought it'd be possible for a monster tamer. Well, it can't be helped. Thank you, Aoyuki. It's okay. Yeah. 3 months after that, I pulled SUR Forbidden Witch Ellie, level 9999. Magic? Sorcery? Forbidden magic? Spirits magic? I've mastered every technique in the book. For this forbidden witch, controlling a dungeon core is just child's play. Is Volume 4 completely a backstory volume? No, it's not. I think it's like the first 2 chapters. Or maybe it's only like the first chapter. Like this is like a tiny chunk of volume 4, but it's not the whole volume because the rest of the situation with the human kingdom is volume 4. Like we're going to actually meet Lilith in this volume of the novel anyway. Um and then finally taking care of the Dark Elf Islands is the end of volume 4. So this is only scratching the surface of this volume. But this would probably be the only chunk of it that they would move to earlier in the season. Everything else has to come after Sione and the Soul Dragon. Oh, it's expected from the Forbidden Witch. I'm counting on you, Ellie. Yes! Leave it to me, Lord Light. 1 month later. If I could do the SpongeBob time card. 1 month later. I can't even accomplish the first job Lord Light gave me. What's with this dungeon core? It doesn't make any sense. Cheer up, Ellie. If there's something I could do to help, just tell me anytime. Oh, he pulled Nazuna. The number one thing you need to do is act more maturely. You'd be really helping if you could do that. Huh? Just by acting mature? Investigating the dungeon core was really tough. A new SUR. Leave it to me! I pulled SUR True Vampire Knight Nazuna. Level 9,999. Her existence has become a mood maker that I'm really thankful for. Several months later, 1 year has passed since I fell to the bottom of the abyss. So we are now at the 1 year mark before he started to take his revenge on Garo and everyone else. Master, using a spear is like whoosh, bam, ha, and you can also go woot. I love Nazuna. Aha, hmm. Other than the Great Sword, Nazuna also has high proficiency in several other weapons. I often ask her to teach me, but it's really hard to understand. The weapon with the highest aptitude with me is the spear, followed with bow, and the worst aptitude is the sword. I used to admire swords, but it can't be helped. Master, I'll do it once more. Lord Light! I'm finally able to analyze and control a part of the dungeon core. We can control the monster spawns and traps now. You're amazing, Ellie. You're doing a good job. Now we can move to remodeling the abyss. Congratulations, Ellie. I always believe that you can solve it. Yeah. Eh? What's up? Did something worth celebrating happen? Oh, Nazuna. Nazuna is such a vibe. She is just so funny when she doesn't even realize it. Hold on a second. No, never mind. That was nothing important. But I still need more time to release the restriction on teleportation. It's okay, I'll leave it to you. Still, I'm really glad that we can control the monster spawns and traps. Nazuna, just like Sarah from Black Summoner, cannot really teach someone that well just using onomatopoeia. You're right. She can't. She just like whoosh and wheesh and bam and pow. You just gotta love those characters. They like don't know what they're doing, but they just know they're good at it. With this, the danger for the low-level cards being killed by the monsters of the abyss is gone. Now I can call the fairy maids and others who specialize in construction from my cards. And this, once again, goes back to my earliest discussion on the cards. If you go back to like volume 2 or 3 of the manga, and I was talking about the Mohawks, we confirmed that all of the Mohawks came out of a single card, whereas some characters only get a single card to themselves. How does that work? Like, it begs that discussion because why is it that like multiple people can come out of the same card when other cards can only have one person? It is very peculiar. But it's definitely worth talking about. So, once the anime releases and I have a better way of showing footage of stock footage, I'll be able to make my discussion videos. Those will definitely be coming in the future. To exact my revenge and find the truth from various countries, let's increase our force. First, let's raise up my level for today. Ellie, can I ask for today's nightmare summon? Understood. Now then, let's raise my level and reach 9,999 as fast as we can. I got to admit, this is a really good panel. You know what? The panels sometimes being in color is cool, but it still doesn't help that the translation is terrible. Yes, I'm going to be dunking on the translation this whole time because it's just not helping me. When do you plan to release the character trailer reaction? Once I make sure that no more trailers release. I was originally going to do it just for Light, but then we got one for May, Aoyuki, Ellie, and Nazuna. So it's like, I'll wait to make sure none of the other characters get a trailer first, because watch, I'm going to record the video, and then Jack, or Mara, or Ice Heat, or Suzu is going to get a trailer. Or even Gold or Nemumu. I can't be positive I should make a video for those trailers until I'm positive that there won't be any more trailers. Besides, if I release it the day before the anime comes out, it'll be the perfect way to build hype. Is there a new trailer today? I mean, I checked, and last I checked, there wasn't a new one. But you never know, they could be spacing them out to release over the course of next week. The latest I'll give this series for trailers is like next Tuesday. If there's no new trailer by next Tuesday, then I'm just going to go ahead and record a reaction for all of them. Which is weird because the website still doesn't have anyone else other than these five, Gold, and Nemamu. Like, the website doesn't even acknowledge Jack, or Mara, or Ice Heat, or Suzu. Which is very peculiar because they got a single frame in the original main trailer. And I made sure to point that out. Because it was the first time we saw any of their anime designs. Which was the only evidence I had that we were even going to Volume 2. Hey, who knows? Bro is probably learning from the greatest farmer cock. Uh, look, I am very, I'm very specific about what I watch of Kaka's because sometimes I find his jokes funny and sometimes they're just annoying. It's very video by video basis. Like, I love his videos on Ben 10, but when it comes to anime stuff, I don't know how I feel because so many people make these jokes these days. I don't know when people are being serious because they assume things, because they assume franchises are the same or have similarities. And when you're a fan of these things and you read them ahead of time, it's just a little like annoying that you have to watch them go through the same thing that you did when you first found a series all over again in a manner that I don't know. Caw with me is very hit or miss. Straight up, it's very hit or miss. Mm. Chapter 76, level 9,999. We are actually almost done. Look at that. This was a really short volume. The next chapter will be the final chapter, meaning I wonder if it will have the back of the volume cover and the card artwork, or if this translation team doesn't have that. I hope they do. It's been very consistent so far. Nightmare Summon. Summons many rampaging monsters by opening a door to another world, a forbidden magic. Even Ellie has to chant in order to summon it, and we can only do this once per day. It's a top class magic that's not generally known by the public, an ultimate class magic. I keep working together with everyone to continue defeating level 9,000 monsters and demons that are summoned by Nightmare Summon. Then finally, cha-ching! How does that sound effect go from the slot machines where it's like cha-ching and you hit the jackpot? What's that sound effect? The like diddly 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 doo. 9,999. Congratulations, Lord Light. Thank you. It's all thanks to everyone. It's been more than 2 years since I was betrayed, and I got thrown into the deepest floor of the abyss. Both the residential areas and the card vault are being done in a good place. In a good pace. Are being done in a good pace? You mean are being done at a good pace? Gosh, this translation, man. Yes, everyone worked hard for it. Our combat strength is gradually increasing, but as I thought, the problem is the route to the surface. There's a transmission from Gordo's team just now. It's confirmed that the F350 route is also a dead end. Good grief. We finally started our invasion to the surface, but I never expected that Abyss was this huge and complex. I thought the place I was almost killed by the gathering of the tribes was in the middle floors. But to think that every upper floor have their own unique entrances. Even so, no matter how much strength we have, we can't continue our plan if we don't make it to the surface. Excuse me, Lord Light! I've finally unlocked the teleportation restriction on the Abyss. You can control it now. Well, if you want to use some sound effects, you can go to the YouTube library. They might have it. I wouldn't even know what you call it, though. Like what do you call it specifically? And then that's a case where I would need I probably should get myself a soundboard where I could just press a button and activate a sound effect. But it's fine. Maybe the anime will use that sound effect if they do this earlier. As expected from Ellie, it's finally. You're really amazing. I sincerely apologize. It took more than a year. What are you talking about? Only you can do something in this amazing, Ellie. I'm really thankful. I'm honored by your kind words. Ellie is happy to be useful for Lord Light. Thanks to Ellie, I can use teleportation cards now. With this, our main problem of getting to the surface is now solved. We can finally start our activities on the surface. By using the merchants and human cards, we can begin our information gathering now. If I can I say something selfish? Selfish? I want to see my hometown for once. Father, mother, brother, and Yume. I wonder how my family is right now. Oh boy. You poor child. I know what's coming because we already knew because of like the earliest parts of the series when he did finally get out of the dungeon. But seeing it this way, it's like, here we go again. Here we go again. Lord Light, that's not selfish at all. It's a natural feeling for humans. Most of all, Lord Light's wishes are also our wishes. That's right! Instead, I'll be glad to be able to greet dear father, mother, brother, and sister. I'm not planning to meet my family. If I suddenly show up, it'll be troublesome if they want to stop my revenge and find out the truth. If it's just checking their condition without showing my face, then it's no problem at all. However, we'll still accompany you as bodyguards for safety purposes. It's a shame I can't give my greetings to dear father and the others, but I'll be happy to see Lord Light's hometown. Thank you. Well then, let's go to the surface and check the village condition. Hmm. Oh! Okay, this is good confirmation. We're far enough in that he already had Mara, Ice Heat, Suzu, and Jack summoned. Okay, that's like a tiny panel. That's like a blink and you would miss it. Surprisingly, I don't see Gold or Nemamu in that frame, though. We'll be meeting with Lord Light's family. As I thought, I should wear that dress instead. Please excuse me, I'll need to change my clothes first. Ellie, we'll be using double SR presence concealment and become invisible. So it doesn't matter what you wear. Well, if she did see them, she would have just said father in law, brother in law, sister in law, mother in law. You're right. Thanks to the earlier stuff we know about Ellie, that's exactly what she would say. No, seriously, that is exactly what she would say. You're not wrong. May is right. However, isn't May herself also fixing up her clothes too much? Confirmation that Aoyuki speaks, even though we knew that before. Just in case you know, back to you, Aoyuki. You also look prettier than usual. Yeah. Master's family and hometown? I'm looking forward to it. Then let's go. Everyone ready? No problem at all. Release! Double SR teleportation! Double SR teleportation. Won't work by just vaguely imagining a location as its destination. You'll need a landmark that you strongly recognize to use it. Because we need a route that leads to the surface from the abyss, I chose this place because I can strongly imagine it and it's close to the surface. The place that always haunts me in my nightmares. That is where the gathering of the tribes betrayed me. I mean, that makes sense. You can picture it strongly. It was a big moment in your life. Of course, it would haunt you, and it would be helpful in this situation. I think tomorrow is the early screening. Yes, it is. So we'll see if there's any online leaks about it or whatever. But I don't know. Usually those kinds of things are choppy quality and they go up on like Billy. Isn't that other website for videos, Billy? I don't know. And even if it does somehow pop its way online, I don't think I'm going to make a video about it obviously. But I mean, I could record the character trailers. But it's looking like I might have to like just leave tomorrow open like the schedule already has. And considering that this series starts Okay. Am I back? Am I back now? Is the microphone good now? Are we good? Are we back? Are we good? Are we all set? I think we're back, yeah. So my microphone just died because of the battery. Didn't know. You never know how much charge the microphone has. And I thought I plugged it in before, but whatever. When did my microphone cut off before? Like, what was the last thing you heard before it got cut off? So yeah, like what was the last thing you heard before you got cut off? Bro did not change the microphone? Charge the microphone? Yeah. I mean, I was out today having fun with a friend, also celebrating my birthday because he couldn't celebrate with me yesterday, so we were hanging out today. So I didn't really have time to make sure my microphone was plugged in. Something about release date or something? Something about release date. Um, right. Okay. So I was talking about how with the anime releasing next Friday, then we already have our plan for the schedule for this coming week for the other guys in in our road to the anime of Infinite Gotcha. So first and foremost, the ref is going to need a slot on his schedule to do Infinite Gotcha. So the quickest way to make space on his schedule is to finish Sakamoto Days. We're within like 3 or 4 episodes from finishing it, the season. We may as well finish the season. Besides, it's Sakamoto Days. It'll be fun. There's nothing wrong with that show at all. And I'm not exaggerating. That show is amazing. Everything about Sakamoto Days is amazing. So that will be the first one we finish. Then the ref will continue doing Togen Anki. Maybe another episode or two of Gachiakuta, depending on how that goes. I think it's about time the Tokustroyer gets back in the saddle, gets like a ton more Q Ranger, considering there are a ton of people on my channel now that want Tokusatsu, and who am I to say no to letting them get more Q Ranger? Um, then there's also the possibility of doing more Demon Lord 2099. I do really want to get to my next blind shows, and I think the Wizard will love that too. Because the next ones up are either Cells at Work or Afro Samurai. So that will be nice. And then for, other things that I kind of left alone for a while, there's Don to Don Season 2, there's Frieren, there's there's just so many things on the channel that I should probably have the other guys addressed? So I'm going to come to an executive decision. Tomorrow is left open on purpose, just so that it's just a day where I can relax. And then I'm going to piece together the upcoming schedule. Now, of course, this is all under the assumption that I still don't have a job. If I do find myself work, which I'm leaning towards part time, then all of my schedule stuff that I make for this is going to have to be pushed back considerably because of course it will. Unless I can start monetizing these videos. But in any case, let's finish this stream up, I guess. Lord Light? It's okay, May. Let's move. We should be close to the surface from here. So this is the surface. The sky is so high. So bright! Presence concealment will be gone if we use teleportation. It's rare for the area around the abyss to be sunny. So we'll be using fly. We should be able to see it soon. Eh? Huh? No. There's no way. Lord Light! Did I mistake the place? Impossible. There's no way. It's here. The village where I grew up. This is where my hometown used to be. Yep. We knew this was coming, but here we are again. At this point. No, bro, just finished 2B Hero X and Freerin and Dandadan before you'll open another can of worms and also Demon Lord 2099. I... I mean... True. Those are definitely the ones I should be prioritizing. But I am close to finishing Sakamoto Days. I may as well finish it so that way there's a space in the roster for Backstabbed in a Backwater dungeon. Because I don't care if there's no dub. I'm at a point where I can't wait any longer for this to be animated. I will just watch it subbed. I'm sorry if people were hoping I would watch it in English. I would love to, but there's been no confirmation of a dub. So for the time being, I'm just gonna watch it as it releases. The final chapter of the volume. Chapter 77. Nightmare. No, no way. Yume's friend. Nene's house. The house of the gentle uncle that had a scary face. Aunt's house where they made delicious breads. And then my house. Ah! Father! Mother! Oh. Oh, that's messed up. He found his parents' corpses. Honestly speaking, for the dub, just watch it on your own time, I guess. It's a dream. This isn't real. Lee, Lee, I'm in a nightmare. Lord Light! Lord Light, get a hold of yourself! May! Ah! Ah! Lord Light! Ugh. Kidding me? Are you kidding me? Fuck this. Damn you! Why? Why? Why did mother and father have to be killed? Why did they destroy the village? Why did they kill everyone? Oh goddess, what did I do? Were the sins I committed cause this? They chose me as a possible candidate as a master and almost killed me. There's no way this is unrelated to that. It's just a coincidence that the village got destroyed and everyone died. Like hell, I'm gonna accept that. It's obvious to think the perpetrators are connected to the ones who planned to kill me. I'll kill them. I'm absolutely going to kill them. The one who killed my family. The one who destroyed my village. I won't forgive them. I'm going to find and kill all of them. I'll kill all of them. After screaming until I calmed down, We returned to the Abyss using double SR teleportation. Then I ordered to create a survey team to find any clues on who was the one that destroyed the village and massacred everyone in it. After that, I was bedridden because of high fever. It's been 3 days since Lord Light got sick. He hasn't woken up because of the high fever. According to Ellie, this isn't a sickness or an attack from a third party. We can only wait since it was caused by a mental shock. Lord Light. Honestly speaking, it is much better to put this part of the story before Volume 9 of the manga and Volume 3 of the novel in the anime, so that people will not get confused why Light was so sad. Oh, you mean with, like, because of the... do you mean because of seeing his parents' souls with the soul dragon? But, like, we already had the knowledge at, like, Volume 1 that as soon as he got out of the abyss, he found that his village was burned down and everything. This isn't the first time we're seeing this. This is the second time we're seeing this in terms of that specific information. Like, as soon as he started becoming the adventurer Dark, he knew his village was destroyed. Yeah. Ugh, no, don't. Lord Light, are you awake? Don't leave. Mother, father, don't leave me alone. Because of me, because I left the village and this weird gift I got, everyone's dead. Yume, brother, everyone. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm Lord Light. Lord Light, even if everything in this world turned against you, May, will forever be on your side. Even when the path you will lead even when the path you will lead takes you to hell. But it was only stated in Volume 1, it wasn't shown. Well, I mean, it was a page. It was a full page. It was basically like retelling exposition that wasn't there before because we skipped over those 3 years. But this is the point where we are getting those 3 years. So it's possible they could move this all the way to the beginning, but I don't know. All the trailers we've gotten for the series have only showed us Volume 1 and barely anything of Volume 2. And this was not in Volume 1, unless they're hiding all of that behind the actual episodes. So I think this will be a more one-to-one adaptation. Maybe they'll bend it a little and maybe they'll put a little bit, but they're probably not going to put all of it. Besides, there's no way they're going to do that. When I saw scenes in one of the trailers that indicates we could get some original scenes before he was betrayed. Like completely original scenes from before the party decided to betray him. Meaning there's probably not going to be enough time to move this forward. I'll be glad to continue to stand by your side, and I'll promise to never leave you alone. That's why, please don't cry. No matter what happens, I will stay by your side forever. Because being together with you by your side is May's happiness. Huh. I woke up several days later, and just around the time of the result of the survey team about my hometown. The village was destroyed several years ago. It's like someone had a grudge against the village. They destroyed the village and erased its existence. All the villagers also got massacred. Too much time has passed that we can't determine it was done by monsters or other races. The only good news is they still can't find Big Brother L's and Yume's bodies. Okay, that's the first time you hear his brother's name. L's. E E L S. Ellis? Ellis? Els? Well, we'll see what happens when the first 3 episodes. I mean, that's if someone puts them on the internet. But knowing people, they probably will. But I'll check that out tomorrow on my own time, considering I might have plans tomorrow. But this is the first time we get Light's brother's name. L. L's? L? No, that's ELS. That's a really weird name. You go from Light and Yume to L's? ELs? 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 What kind of a name is ELS? Can't wait to see how the anime will pronounce some of these names. I'm glad I kind of predicted some of them for level 2 cheat all those years ago. It's already been, what, a year or two ago since level 2 cheat got its anime? Wow, that was so long ago. To think that was the present, and now it is the distant memory, the distant past. Wow. To think my YouTube renaissance happened like 2 years ago. I still can't comprehend the fact that ever since I made my big call to change my channel for the better, that it's just been working out for me. I can't believe it. And bro never predicted that they will not completely adapt volume 2. Well, wait, which series are we talking about now specifically? What do you mean never predicted they would? Are we talking about this or are we talking about level 2 cheat? Well, we're almost done with the chapter, so I may as well just wrap this up. We searched the village and area surrounding it and didn't find a body that seemed to belong to them. It's possible that both of them got attacked by monsters and got eaten without leaving any traces. But it's also possible that both of them escaped and survived. Level 2 cheat? Yeah. When you look back on my original video about the prediction, yeah, I didn't predict that they would stop at the beginning of volume 2. I was under the impression, because of other adaptations, that the anime was going to be super fast about everything and skip over things and get to like volume 3 or 4. Yeah, looking back on it, I completely, because I'm so used to studios butchering adaptations that I'm just so ready to be like, okay, they skipped this, they skipped this, they skipped this, but not with level 2 cheat. They did it in such a way that I was cleverly surprised. They actually managed to adapt halfway decently. I wish more studios were like that. Because what's the point of changing something that doesn't need to be changed unless the author gives his stamp of approval? Hmm. Please give order to the merchants and adventurers on the surface to gather any information about heirs and you may. Okay, now you're changing the translation again. Pick one. Is it Erze or Elze? With this, what even is this name? That is the most lamest. That is the lamest name I've ever heard. Els, Ers. I'm sorry, author. I love everything about this series, but what kind of a name is that? Should I make it our top priority? Let's see. No, gathering information about Master in various countries is our priority. Understood. Actually, I wanted to find both of my siblings first. However, our resources are limited, and if we do everything at once, it'll be half-baked and confusing. Also, I have a feeling that the destruction of my hometown had something to do with the fact that I was a master candidate. If I make gathering information for my revenge and about the master from other countries to be my priority, I believe it'll also lead to information about my hometown's destruction, which also led to the information about my brother and Yume's safety. However, father, mother, and everyone, I don't intend to stop my revenge. I'll get my revenge for you. I did my revenge on half a year later. Half a year later, I did my revenge on Garu and knew that our strength can reach the surface. We came from the abyss and shake the surface world. So we are now back where we were at the beginning when Light completely just humiliated Garu and just crushed him. We're back at that point. We've caught up to semi present day. Well, if you look like well, if you would look at novel adaptations into anime, some good ones back in the days are SAO, Log Horizon, Excel World, to name a few. Yeah, I mean, as much as people want to hate on SAO, like, yeah, it was a good adaptation. It was. I haven't personally watched Excel World. I only know of like one character from it, and that's Ash Roller, because his dub is so hilarious. And I have watched the bare minimum of Log Horizon. I think I watched 2 episodes before, and it was because of the anime club at my college. But I never marked it on my list because I forgot about that. And I would probably just want to rewatch it for the channel anyway. Present day. Lord Light, the preparation for our plan to pick up Yume on the human kingdom has finished. Okay, so this is present day. Thank you, May. Finally. Father, mother. I'll be going to bring Yume back. Please tell me they kept the end of the volume. Oh my god. You are so stupid. These translators are so dumb. They're so stupid. They're so dumb. They took out the ending of the volume with the back cover. They took out the back cover. They took out everything that was the That's messed up, man. All the previous ones had it. Why are they not here now? I only know this is the end of the volume because I checked ahead of time. You know what? I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna check reading by volume, and then I'm gonna change this, and I'm gonna see what the website has here. If I say, um, let me just quickly go through all of this. What? Really? What? Okay, now I'm completely confused. Okay, that is so confusing. Just when I thought I had no other reason to hate this garbage translation, you go and make things even more complicated for my streams. Ugh. We're done now. There's no fun visuals at the end to just show off. There's no potential short story. There's nothing fun here. It's just an advertisement. We are hiring. Big deal. What's up? Um, we're at the end of the stream, And these translators just gave me another reason to hate them. No no back cover of the volume to let me know that we're done. We're only done because I knew this was the last chapter. I I am so just disappointed. They should have just saw what the previous guys were doing with the chapters and just replicated that. They did this isn't even fun. We're done. We're just done. Unless someone else has anything else they want to say with me live, we're done here. This is not even fun anymore. I liked all the extra things that were at the end of the volumes. And now suddenly the translators are like, yeah, we're not doing that anymore. I know it's because someone else took it up, but they're already not off to a good start. Hmm. We're done. We're done. We're just done. Look forward to the anime version that releases in like 6 days from now. There will definitely be a video dropping before then with all the character trailers, looking into those analysis and discussion. Everyone look forward to the upcoming week of just anime stuff in general, in moderation, of course. Um, Patreon stuff will be in abundance. If you want to purchase a collection of mine, go over there and check out the stuff because there will be a lot more to add to those. Don't know if it's on the K manga service that's owned by Kodansha because the manga is released in a different publication from the novel in Japan and also from two different companies. I guess. But this is a situation where I don't know. And I'm not sure if I'm about to pay money for a digital manga if I'm just going to put the same money on the physical one. And then I'm not even sure if I'd be able to stream those. So it's weird. But look forward to all the stuff that's coming. Looks forward to this finally getting animated in the coming week. And I will see you all next time. So thank you all so much for watching. Hope you liked it. Hit the like button, subscribe, share the video with a friend. Make sure you join the Patreon. All of the uploads that go to the channel have a link to Patreon, but they come after they're already up on Patreon. So it would help to be a member, to be notified. And speaking of that, of course, keep your notifications on because, as always, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.